Hello, everyone. Today is April 20th, 2022. This is the Kubernetes Data Protection Working Group meeting. Today, I think we will just go over the tabs and designs that we are working on. I see that Sean will do a quick demo for SVT, and then we can talk about the KubeCon. All right, I think let's get started. The first one is voting populator. Is Ben here? Looks like Ben has not joined. Okay. So I think last time he gave an update, basically all the code emerged. Blog is pending for voting populator work. And I think that's probably still the same because the blog won't be published until 1.24 is out. And next one is voting mode conversion. So work is still going on. There are PRs submitted in external snapshotter and external provisioner repos. They have been reviewed. I think we are on track for that. And then there's also there's a doc PR that's still being reviewed. It's just the doc team have some concerns regarding how the doc is written because that's the entry doc. They found it's confusing when we mention external snapshotter release. So that's usually not in the entry doc. So we are sorting that out. And there's also a blog pending. And cozy. So this is still, I think CAP is still being reviewed. Okay, so now we doesn't move. All right, CBT. So who can talk about CBT here? And there are a few of you are meeting regularly, work on CBT. Well, that's fine, it's not here today.
Yeah, I think he's on vacation.
Okay.
We can give a quick update. So yeah, yesterday or the day before, a few of us met, and yeah, I think we are making some progress with the CRD controller. Yeah, I was able to do just a quick demo using like a test client to write like data into like EBS volumes via like a block PVC, and that would set up like the test scenarios from like at least the client side, how we can like use Linux commands to like yeah, basically set up test scenarios, deciding how much data to write, which blocks to write to, how many blocks to write through, and then call like the AWS EBS Direct API to retrieve back like the change blocks. So all of that would tie back into like the I guess the entire end-to-end for differential snapshot, from a client calling it all the way to get the change blocks back and embed that back into the custom resource. I think earlier, like a couple of weeks ago, we also did like a quick spike effort on using like aggregated API server to pull back like resources from a mock endpoint without having to store like custom resources into SCD via like the Kubernetes list pagination mechanism. So I know like also Sean has like a few PRs open with just the GRPC endpoints defined and some effort to try to merge our stuff with the EBS CSI driver. Sean, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm on. Sorry, I missed the data protection working group call. It's pretty late for me, but so I apologize. But I do actually have a quick demo that I have the API installed in a cluster. I have an EBS driver implemented that is actually using the given gRPC service to contact the AWS APIs to get the change blocks, and then I have the controller calling that GRP service. And I have like I could just do a quick, like, it really is just as simple as creating the resource, and you can see the change blocks. I think I have a bug because I don't think I did the math to get the offset correct on the way out, but that's fine. We can fix that. But I do have a working end-to-end of the 3 pieces that you would need. And the next step, I think, for me is to write down some lessons learned, and maybe some things that I think we can make for a more ergonomic API from a user perspective, and then also from the gRPC perspective. But yeah, if anybody wants to see it.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead. So I have made you a co-host.
Oh, thank you.
Share your screen, yeah.
Huh. I've honestly have never done this with Zoom before, so this will be very interesting. Okay, I apologize, folks, if this is
there is a share screen button. If you look at Zoom, you should have a do you see that?
Yeah, I do. It's a matter of figuring out which desktop to show. Okay. Aha. Okay. Cool.
Are you running Fedora?
No, I'm running. Yeah, I had to quit and restart. I'm running Mac. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So yeah, while we are waiting for Sean, like Dave has also shared some like snippets of codes with integration with the AWS EBS Direct API there yesterday. He walked us through something he has done. Dave, you want to add to that or anything there?
No, this is some work we've done in the past to hook up EBS Direct with Astrolab. So I think the next step, I started adding in some CBT APIs from the top end, and then connecting those up to the CRD stuff that Sean's doing should let us actually, try reading the blocks directly using EBS Direct with the CRD list from the with the change block list from the CRD.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, so the TLDR overall is like the overall status is like yeah, between the 4 of us, like we have different pieces working, and now we just need to like sit down together and put our brains together to make it like into one cohesive like demonstratable like flow. Anyways, Sean.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm back, and hopefully this works. I think I need to become co-host again. I'm sorry.
Did you lose that co-host permission thing, you said?
Yeah, it says host disabled screen sharing.
Okay, let me make it first.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think because I had a rejoin. Okay. So let's make this
bigger. This is very small.
Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the top pane is just the controller. So this is watching get change blocks API, and I have a testing one here. So I have 2 snapshots that I've added data to over time.
So are this is you're using gRPC interface, or are you
so
Kubernetes API? No, this is just the gRPC layer. I was not clear on.
No, so it's actually using both.
Okay.
So the controller is actually using the gRPC API to call into the a AWS driver that I've
Okay.
implemented the gRPC service in. So
The service is a separate, it's like a separate service. It's not in the controller CSS service, right?
it's not in
It's-
the control.
It's the upstream CSI.
Right. I mean, but the gRPC interface, the
Mhm.
gRPC RPCs you're adding is as part of the controller.
Yes, right now I have the
Is it-
gRPC service I defined and as a library in the controller code. Obviously, we would want to probably move that more upstream to somewhere not here, right? If we were to fully move that gRPC service
I was
forward.
just wondering because I remember
Yeah.
in the design that Franz showed earlier, it's like a separate service. It's not the controller service. I was just wondering.
Yes,
if
so
you use
the
that or- okay.
exactly. So there's a gRPC service that's been defined. I think eventually you would want to move that definition somewhere, not in the controller code like I have it today. But
Mhm.
today it's in the controller code, and
Okay.
the EBS driver is using that service to serve that given gRPC endpoint, and then the controller is using the client that's generated to contact that service. And so I created a couple of snapshots, installed the API, and you can just go ahead and create that object, and we should see things happen, hopefully. Cool. So kind of processed it, right? We synced it. And if we go ahead and just git testing, you can see that we have the change blocks from the different snapshots. And like I said, I think I didn't do the math right to make the offsets correct.
This is what this is for between two snapshots. You show all of this, or is that okay?
Yep. So this is between two snapshots, but
Mhm.
and this is where like I think we probably want to do some work on the API. The initial API has like the snapshots as the base. We probably want those like the snap IDs rather, like the snapshot handles from an
I thought
API
it's the
perspective.
snapshot I thought that's the base is a handle. No, is that not the handle?
The base right now is snapshot ID, like
ID
is not volume snapshot. If I understood correctly, it's not like an object reference to a volume snapshot to get that handle. It's like the handle's actual value.
Is the snapshot ID of that is on the storage system, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think we probably like there's just some stuff here that we probably want to like
sort out like
ergonomically figure out, and I think that's fine. And I had to write down some of those things, but end to end, I think this would work. I also have some questions around.
But for the gRPC interface, it should be the handle of the actual.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
On the API level, it's
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, did you put the token in there? I think we need that to actually read the data.
What
That's
token?
There's like the EBS Direct thing. There's like a token. It's weird, but that was what we were going to put in the context.
I did not need to do any of that to get the AWS driver to contact the change block. All I had to do was add permissions to
No. Right, I agree. However, in order to actually read the data using the EBS Direct API, you need to pass in the token, I believe, along with the offset.
So if you want to read the changed blocks directly, sorry, I guess I'm confused. Why would we need that for this particular service?
Well, because it would be nice that you don't have to clone and attach the volume. If you're going to get it, so EBS Direct, right, lets you read blocks directly from the snapshot.
Oh, are you saying, Dave, EBS also allow you don't have to attach?
Yes.
It's almost like the.
Yeah, so remember that, did I show you that? Exactly, it's similar to the VADP setup. So did I show you that demo where I moved the disk from EBS to vSphere last year?
I probably did not see it.
Yeah, maybe
I don't remember.
I think I put it in our internal slide. But anyway,
I think that might be a feature though. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be a feature of this. And I don't know. So are you saying that through the Kubernetes API, we would somehow give the contents of the blocks?
No. So so in Fong's design, right, we have that additional context field. And that was something that could be passed from the change block tracking. So if we'd set that with the token, then the consumer of that can say, oh, I know that I'm doing EBS direct, so I'll use the context. You can also just use the offset if you clone and attach the volume.
So
But
the context
yeah.
field is
But wait, I'm sorry.
it's like a little bit
I don't
opaque,
know.
right?
What is the
Hey, Sorry,
Sorry.
Sean. Let me give this a try. So Sean, like
yeah.
in the response that come back from AWS,
Yeah.
like there should be like properties called tokens. So as far as your controller scope is concerned, put those tokens into the context. Like the context is like it should be part of your
Got it.
CRD.
Got it. Okay, so this is just an implementation of the gRPC, what it sends back from the driver
Yeah.
to be inside the
Someone
context.
want to show the API so people know what they're talking
Yeah. So yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because when you run through it in your terminals, like we see a lot of data. Like metadata. But if you have the context and the token, then you're set.
So now Dave, I remember there was like when we were initially talking about this CPT interface, I thought there was some difference. Like AWS is the one that is it's like an outlier or something. It has something that is not in other APIs.
I believe it's the token. So I believe when we go to
Okay.
actually read, so if we just, clone and attach the disk as a raw device, then of course you can just use the offset. But the EBS Direct API, it requires a token for what that goes along with the offset. And it probably is a cheat that gets them directly into S3 or something. I don't know, but I believe that's what the API, I haven't actually done it for change block tracking yet, but I think we need it.
So what you're saying is
Oops, what is this?
Oh,
Did we lose Sean? Looks like
system malfunction.
Okay, are you still there, Sean? We cannot hear him anymore.
The joys of Zoom.
So Dave, I just want to confirm my understanding. So that token is not about pagination; it's about actually getting the data blocks. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's a different token.
Okay. Gotcha.
Are you okay? So this is your I think Ivan, this is your test. Do we?
Yeah. So
this is token. Oh, is this the token that you're talking about?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are come back from AWS.
Okay.
So I think Sean just need to put this into his into the context field.
So we can take a look over the API and just so people know what we're talking about here. And there is I believe, it's here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Types of Go.
Yeah, the change blocks, there's a context that goes along with
this
63 there.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically saying he should add that token in here.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
And so it should be opaque to Kubernetes, right? It's just junk, and you don't have to use
it. This is like an EBS specific thing.
It's EBS specific. So both ends. So you have to know you're talking to EBS, but then in order to use it, you have to be using the EBS Direct API.
Okay. Okay.
But we can still use it like if we clone and attach, then of course we can just treat it as a volume and just seek it. So that path works, but you have to clone the volume.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Sean, your audio is still wacky. We might have to rejoin, Sean.
What is that sound?
Not sure.
Didn't they do that in that movie? Was it Dumb and Dumber? The most annoying sound in the world.
Okay, every year is the year. Actually, he's using Mac, so I was about to say something about. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
So okay, then how? So after you retrieve this, now this is a special thing, right? So when do you use this context? I guess.
So that would be system specific code. So that would be if we're using the EBS Direct API as our.
This would be like the backup
path.
software would be.
Yes.
Using this. Okay, so this would not be in the common code, right? Because this is a special. So we return this one, that's fine. But then how do you consume it?
You'd have to know that you're talking to EBS.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So at the moment, you know, at the moment we don't have a data path defined, right? The data path, the standard, quote unquote, standard data
We don't
path
have standard,
is,
yeah, we don't have standard
yes.
data path. So you are saying it's the, okay, so the data path
So-
we need to have use this basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the consumer would consume like line 54
Mhm.
in the status, right? So and then in there they will have the context, and then however they want to extract or whatever they want to do with the context is up to the
Okay.
consumer.
Right. And I think if we, you know, if long-term we defined a standard data path, we just pass in the whole change block structure,
Mhm.
you know, if an out-of-band data path. So you just pass the whole thing in. And if there's a context, then, I mean, eventually it's going to wind up at system-specific code and it knows to use it. And if there's, you know, it's not there, it's not there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Sean, yeah,
Is he back?
you're right. He
Okay.
he added some question in chat.
Oh,
But yes,
okay.
Sean, you're right. It's just a pass through. Like the consumer would decide how they want to consume, what is inside context and how they want to consume it. So, but yeah, I think overall, we have like, it looks like we have the major different pieces together. Now we just need to have one meeting where we put our brains together to make it.
Where is the
demonstrable.
GRPC is also here in this repo? Or is it in a different repo?
It's in a branch. I mean, it's the pull request. So the client side is in this repo. So if you
Okay.
click on pull requests on there, so Sean has
Okay.
a work in progress there. So this is the client side. The server side is in a fork that of the upstream EBS CSI driver that Sean has.
Okay.
So I think the one thing that I just, after talking to Feng and Dave just 2 days or yesterday, like line 14 and 15, like where we need to find like the snapshot ID or the snapshot handles. Oh yeah, on this page, like I wonder if we can just like you know, replace it with like the volume snapshot content, so like the controller will go and look for it. Because right now I think we have to manually put in the snapshot handle, like line 14 and 15. If you scroll up a little bit, you see like the snapshot base and snapshot target.
You want me to move up? Where do you want me to move to?
Oh no, it's just maybe a conversation with you know, Fang and Dave and
Okay.
Sean later. Like right now, like 14 and 15 is like the snapshot handles, right? I wonder if we can, yeah, I wonder if instead of snapshot handles, like we can just point it directly to the volume snapshot content that has the snapshot
but
handle.
this is the GRPC interface we're talking about. This one should be the handle. This is what we're looking at, the GRPC interface right now.
Yeah. Like, so on the client side, it has to get the handles from somewhere.
You're talking about the API. In the API, we probably should be something else. Is that what you're talking about? So I think this one should be this one should be handle.
Okay, so where do those handles?
I was talking about the API side. Normally there is a redirection, right? So right now we just have this one thing. Oh, it's inserting. Right. So right now here it also, I think this one also says this one, right? But this we need to have something.
Exactly, right. We need to find that.
So we need
somewhere.
to have. So this needs to be somewhere, but I think. Well, actually, it should be volume snapshot. Volume snapshot. It should be volume snapshot.
Volume snapshot content.
Controller will find the handle.
Well, hold on. There's the our good buddy.
This is the upper level. This is the Kubernetes level API. This is not the GRPC. GRPC should have the snapshot handle.
So one of the weird things for vSphere is that we can do diffs against snapshots that don't exist.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, because
this is optional. This one, like the first one.
Well, no, we need that. So like, the vSphere thing is we should, the recommended thing is we should take a snapshot, back it up, then delete the snapshot. And then when we take the next snapshot, we can use what's called the epoch from the deleted snapshot as our base and get a diff against it. So I think we want to keep that in mind.
Okay, so
Right.
you're saying if
So-
we keep volume snapshot, this may not be valid because that probably is gone.
Yeah, the volume, either that or we'd have to
Even the
statically
handle
provision
itself
every
is
time.
gone, you're saying, even
The handle should be good, right? We can
but
use
it's
the
not,
handle.
it's not in the system anymore, right? Doesn't exist
It's
in-
in vSphere in a secret place.
Okay, but the snapshot itself is deleted, but
The
somehow
snapshot
it's
is deleted.
it will still be recognized. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
I think like it's not unreasonable to make the volumes, the CSI volume snapshot
But it's-
content
it's
as a base
needed
case,
though.
right? Like like
Um,
the base case and the edge cases and specific implementations around vendor solutions. But I think fundamentally is like we need to find the handles from somewhere. This conversation.
It'd be nice if we could at least keep it as an option.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
definitely, taking in the volume content or the volume snapshot as the thing to diff between is a lot friendlier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because
Cool.
we also is this a namespace or not namespace? That's another question, right? So if it's a if this is namespace, then we should not have the snapshot handle here. That's for sure. If this is not namespace, then
Can you scroll up a little bit? I think it does look like it is.
it didn't even say anything. But this should
Well,
be,
I'm just looking at all the tags, like 23, 24.
I think it should be namespace.
So right now, I
we're
think it
talking
is
about-
namespace. We can make it non-namespace if we want to.
Well, yeah, but
I
I
mean,
think
what is the right thing to do, right? Should be
if we leave it as a namespace, if it's a namespaced resource, then you don't need cluster admin to use it. And that's currently true for volume snapshot, right? You can take a snapshot without being
because that's,
cluster admin.
yeah, that's supposedly to be the case,
But-
but we do have now we have this problem with this
And-
one, right?
And
Hang on.
so, yeah, having the volume, so using the volume snapshots as your base and target, or having the option at
But
least to
David,
do that.
is this required? I mean, if we just have one,
You want a diff between two, right?
still have to have that one. Okay, I'll just
I
try
think we do.
away.
But we
But
could certainly we could certainly leave these and use volume and make these optional and volume, volume snapshot.
Working yet?
But
Oh, hey, that sounds better.
we should not have both. Is Sean back?
So yeah. So hey, Sean,
Okay.
you.
Make
good?
you co-host then. You want to try again? I'll start sharing.
So volume snapshot is namespace. So volume snapshot content is global, and the
Right,
handle
so-
is inside. The handle is inside volume snapshot content.
Yeah, the handle should be a non-namespace. That's what I'm saying. If so, it's a little, because I was thinking this should be when we take snapshot that's namespace. So this one should be namespace, but then we don't have that. We can't have access to the snapshot handle if we are in namespace.
Mhm.
Yeah, I suppose we could go
Yeah.
ahead and we could use the volume snapshot, and then even for vSphere, we can statically provision it. It doesn't have to exist in order to statically provision it.
Right, but that's still a. Oh, you're saying you could ask, but if that does not exist anymore, we cannot provision it anymore.
Well, we don't check for
We check-
existence
we
of the
check.
snapshot, right?
We check for
Oh.
snapshot. We don't check for
Oh.
volume. We check for snapshot.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you're the vSphere person now.
Yeah, we do check that. So okay, we'll just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I guess the next item in our next sync up, at least for the engineering team, is to what should the controller interface with to get the volume handle. The snapshot handles.
What is okay? Is Sean back or still having a problem? Looks like he's
No,
still have some
can't hear you, Sean.
Oh, okay. We'll just see there were some comments. All right.
Yep, those are agree, Sean. These are some
Right. So we need to.
implementation
Those
details
are
we
at
need to
least
figure out.
open issues we need to talk about. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I can add some notes in the agenda. Okay. So looks like Sean have some problems showing that, and then maybe next time you guys can show this next time. Do we want to? Okay. Do we want to talk more about this, or do we want to?
I'm good. I think we can move on to the next item.
Okay. All right. So the next item today we actually don't have much. Next step is basically just KubeCon. I think we talked about this briefly last time. So I think we could meet up at the contributor summit. So if you are attending, so right now we have a few names. So if anyone else is attending, please add your name there so we know that you're coming. I added this link. This is the contributor summit. So go ahead and register for that. If you are not a Kubernetes org member, just let me know, because I think they require you to be a member. And I was looking at this one, schedule. All right, so basically we'll need to, so the contributor summit is a Monday. It's like a whole day. They will have the room there. But before going there, you need to, get this registration, vaccine verification badge pickup. But it looks like it's at the same location. Okay, any questions? Okay, I think that's all we have today. Are there anything else you guys want to discuss today?
I had a quick question actually for the group. Have we seen many people have challenges using multiple versions of the snapshotting API?
What do you mean multiple version? I'm sorry.
Using the like the beta and the GA, or the alpha and the beta, for example, version of the snapshot API.
Yeah, so we are going to remove support for like when beta 1, right? So are there anyone still using the earlier version?
Client should only ever use one version, and the server provides backwards compatibility or forwards compatibility as needed. So what do you mean by use multiple versions? Like, you should use v1 and get compatibility through the API server.
I think there's incompatibilities in the v1 beta one with the GA version, right? But you can't use if I'm using a newer version of Client Go and an older version of Kubernetes, I don't think it works.
If you go way back to before v1 was introduced, then yeah, you have to speak the beta API. But like that's pretty old at this point.
Yeah, people are running old clusters, so just
yeah. Well, I mean, so in that case, yeah, if you want compatibility with both stuff so old that v1 didn't exist yet and stuff so new that beta is gone, then yeah, you have to write 2 different clients or deal with the dynamic client and all the ugliness of that.
Yeah, I gotcha. Just seeing if anyone faces the same problem. Okay, thanks.
Hey team, this is Eric from Infinidat. Related to that, the Snapshot v1 beta 1 API and the Snapshot v1 GA API are the same, right? Or they're fully compatible? Because that was our assumption in designing our new Snapshot sidecar.
Yeah, I don't think there was any field changes between
But
beta and GA.
know that when we are releasing 6.0, which will be after 1.24 Kubernetes release, that we will have this new field, right? That's what we have been talking about.
Yeah, there will be a new field, but that's optional. So I think the problem is just people that want to write clients that are compatible with a very wide range of Kubernetes versions have to suffer through this additional pain. and the more time that passes, the less people will care about the beta version, and v1 will be the only thing that matters.
Yeah, we saw customers with challenges going from v1 alpha 1 to v1 beta / v1 GA, but then beyond that, we haven't seen people complaining about v1 beta versus v1 GA.
Do you know, have they moved to v1?
all the ones, granted, we're a small sample size. Most of our customers aren't extensively using snapshots, but all the customers that I can think of from our perspective are on V1 GA or V1 Beta 1, and that goes with the backup software integrations as well. I think there's some representative vendors here on the meeting who could talk to that as well.
Okay.
So, sorry, I probably missed this like in previous discussions, but I just wonder like what I guess what does that migration path look like from one version to another? Is it just your typical CID version upgrade type of path?
Yeah, that's all it is. And backwards compatibility is provided by Kube API server for a window of time, like three releases or so. But eventually, old versions are dropped.
Okay.
You just need to make sure you don't have any invalid snapshots there, because we added there was a validation webhook that we added some time ago to prevent invalid snapshots. But before that was added, people would be able to create those. So if you upgrade, you still have those old snapshot that are invalid, and you can't remove it anymore, basically. That's the only thing, but probably that normally won't be the case.
Yeah, we have a really wide range of customer versions. I mean, very old, even going back to 1.11. So we're kind of essentially shifting to using dynamic clients for everything.
1.11
APIs that are changing.
We don't have it yet, right? 1.11. That's
yeah. There's not snapshot APIs on 1.11.
1.13. I think it's CSI went GA in 1.13, I believe. So
yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's So basically, that's the basic two changes related to one snapshot APIs in 1.24. One is we are going to remove the support for V1 Beta 1. The other one is this new alpha feature. We're adding this new source volume mode in volume snapshot content. So, okay.
Yeah, I think this group is doing the right thing. We face a little bit of pain because we have very old versions with our customers, but that's fine.
Okay. All right. So if there is nothing else, yeah. So someone was saying something. So Ben, I think you joined late. So for volume populator, we're basically just waiting for the block, right? Everything else is done, right?
Yes. Sorry, I joined late. I had a scheduling snafu. The blog is out for review, and the editors have sort of disappeared. I don't know if it's related to the delay in the release, because they delayed the actual release for a couple of weeks due to that compiler bug. But I haven't seen any more reviews on my blog.
Yeah, I think they're not going to release the blog before the 1.24 GA. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I figured everything just got pushed back 2 weeks by that compiler bug. So
right.
No big deal.
Okay. All right then. And then I think that's it for today. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.